won 7 of 10. There's Shane Bieber. He'll be on the hill to start this game for Cleveland. It's an Indians team that has won 4 in a row. The Tigers have dropped their last 2. And the Indians begin play with a 5-game lead over the Tigers in the AL Central, with Minnesota currently in 3rd place, 6 games off the pace. Mike Fiers has been tough on the Indians so far this year. And he's had a really good season for Detroit. He's 5-3 with a 4.09 ERA. And they have played very well in his recent starts. Why has Mike Fiers given the Indians so many problems this year? Let's take a listen to Terry Francona.
At least against us, he hits all 4 quadrants of the plate, you know, up both sides. He changes speeds, and he's beat us with his fastball up, even though he doesn't light up the radar gun. In other words, he knows how to pitch.
He only has 1 decision, but the Tigers have won each of his last 5 starts.
Yeah, he's a guy that's going to keep you in the ball game. He keeps the hitters off balance, and he just shows the fastball, attacks you with the curveball and changeup, and can be very effective. But tonight for the Indians, it's going to be Shane Bieber making his 3rd start, and it'll be his 1st start against somebody else besides the Minnesota Twins. He was the Northern Ohio Honda starting pitcher for the Tribe. He's 1-0, 397 earned run average. You know, in his first 2 starts, he's gone 11 1/3 innings, 18 hits, 5 runs, 5 earnings, only 2 walks and 13 strikeouts. So he comes out here, he's going to be aggressive with his fastball. He can throw it inside and outside. He has the breaking ball and also a changeup. So we'll see how Shane's going to fare against the Tigers tonight.
Tigers starting lineup for Ron Gardenhire looks like this. Leonis Martin leading it off. Jamer Candelario bats second, and it's Nick Castellanos, followed by Victor Martinez, Nico Goodrum, and John Hicks. James McCann, Jose Iglesias, and Jacoby Jones rounding it out.
The Chrysler defense for the Indians looks like this. Brantley is in left field. Naquin is in center. Chisenhall back and right. On the infield, Ramirez at 3rd, Lindor at short, Kipnis at 2nd, Alonso at 1st, with Gomes doing the catching.
Kerwin Danley, the crew chief, will call the balls and strikes. Quinn Walcott is at 1st, James Hoy at 2nd, Marvin Hudson down at 3rd. Well, we highlighted the Indians' big 3. Kluber, Clevenger, Bauer, whatever order you want to name them in, at the top of the telecast here tonight, because they pitched all 3 games in the series against the White Sox. But this little run started when Shane Bieber pitched the series finale against the Twins. It was a game the Indians had to have. And he came out with flying colors in that one. He did scatter hits, 10 of them, but only gave up the 1 run. And the Indians beat Minnesota 4-1, and it got them back on a good roll in which they've now won 4 straight. But you know, and I think you mentioned this, Rick, Bieber will give up hits because he doesn't walk people, and you can live with that as long as he's not giving up a couple of hits and then a big fly.
Right. You keep it in the ballpark, you're going to give up more hits, and it's okay. Because he'll get better as he gets going, and he knows hitters' zones.
Martin taking it's in for a strike.
Nothing wrong with being aggressive as a pitcher, especially when a team has never faced you before. And the key to Bieber in that start against Minnesota, Matt, he was 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position, so he didn't let them get the hits when they had runners on base. That's the key.
Martinez swung the bat very well against the Indians this year. He's been the one Tiger that has produced. He's 10 for 27 against Cleveland pitching, and he's hit a couple of home runs. In fact, the last home run he hit, his 9th of the year, came against the Indians on June the 10th. And there is a strike on the outside corner. Might have been generous, but it's 2-2.
Check it out on the Nissan pitch tracker. It's off the plate, but he gets the call.
Swung out and missed. He went down and in, and Martin chased after and won away.
Well, it's a breaking ball. It's out of the strike zone. It's sort of almost like that back foot breaking ball, but he swings over the top of it. See, it's a good curveball. Straight down. Way out of the zone, but he chased it.
A rain delay of 1 hour and 41 minutes before we're able to get underway here tonight. 68 degrees under cloudy skies now at game time. Jeimer Candelario takes, it's a strike. Shane Bieber changing speeds down and in. It's 0-2. Candelario just 3 for his last 15 at the plate. And a fastball that just barely missed. 1-2. So it looks like inside might be tough to get called, but away you might get a little extra.
I still like that pitch 0-2 right there.
Man, that was close again. 2-2. A bit low. Breaking ball was there. Candelario fouling it off. Stays 2-2. Pop to center. In comes Tyler Naquin. And there are 2 down.
Got inside enough where he couldn't extend and really get a good piece of the baseball, so he gets the second out.
And that brings up Nick Castellanos. The Tigers right fielder batting .302 on the year. That tells you how well he had been swinging it prior to his recent struggles. Last 9 games, he's gone just 5 for 37. 10 strikeouts mixed in there. And that's roughly what he's done against the Indians. 6 for 37 this year against Cleveland pitchers.
And this guy's a good hitter. He can hit the breaking ball. He can catch up to the fastball. He uses right center field.
He's not a kid, but when you step into the Miguel Cabrera spot in the order, you think maybe that plays on your mind at all?
No, I don't. He's been around long enough. He knows where he belongs. He's a good hitter. He deserves to be there. He's been around long enough. He learned from Cabrera and the boys in there, in that lineup when he was there, the J.D. Martinez's and things like that. So he's an awfully good hitter in his own right. I don't even think he thinks about that.
Swung on and missed. What a first inning for Shane Bieber. He strikes out a pair. The Tigers go 1-2-3. The Indians are coming to bat.
start for the Tigers tonight. He is 5-3 on the year. He's 1-0 against the Indians this year with a 138 in his 2 starts. Pitched very well, and in his career, 3-1 record with a 2.04 ERA, and that covers 6 starts.
Indians starting 9 for Tito, brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Frankie, Michael, Hosey at the top. Then it's Big Edwin, Yonder, and Lonnie in the middle. Jan Gomes, Jason Kipnis, Tyler Naquin round it out. Lindor swings at the first pitch, and a towering fly ball to center field. Martin pulls it in 1 down.
Let's check out that Tigers defense. They're rated 4th in the league. They've made only 37 errors. It's Jones in left, Martin at center, Castellanos over in right. At third base, Candelario. Iglesias is a shortstop. Goodrum at second. Hicks is at first. McCann catching.
Michael Brantley. 12 out of 37 against Tiger pitching this year with a home run. And he lifts one to left field. A routine play for Jacoby Jones. And there are 2 down. Storylines are brought to you by Wayside Furniture. Mike Fiers, as we told you, he's pitched well against the Indians in his career, 6 starts, an ERA of just over 2. But hopefully this guy coming up can turn the fortunes of the Indians around against him.
Well, if anybody can against the Tigers, it's this guy. Over the last couple of years, he has really hit them very well.
So far this year, he's 12 for 37 like Brantley, but he has hit 3 home runs against the Tigers. Second in the league in home runs with 22. And tied for 4th in the league with 50 runs batted in.
Using his fastball a lot. That was the first changeup that I saw tonight, and I'm sure many more to follow.
Just missed. It was just off the plate. Fiers showing no signs of backing off in his last 6 games, though. Jose Ramirez has 5 hits, and he's been walked 7 times. It seems like, Rick, when there are RBI opportunities, if a base is open, teams lately have been saying, you know what, just let's try the next guy, whoever it is.
That's a smart thing to do. You know, take your chances with the next guy on deck.
And until Edwin maybe gets hot, they're going to continue to do that. The 3-2 pitch. Out in front of it, it stayed fair. No, went foul right at the last possible second.
Came back in with a changeup, so of course he's going to be out in front. That ball just hugging that line at that last kick. Kicked it foul.
Now the 3-2. And it's low. Another walk for Ramirez. It's his 8th now in 7 games.
You know, he's going to have to remain patient like that the rest of the year. That's, I mean, to get yourself on base after Fires was in front in that count. You know, he stayed patient, didn't go outside the strike zone, and, you know, I think more pitchers are going to pitch to him like that the second half.
You would think so.
I would, yes, I certainly do.
Edwin's just 2 for 21 against Tiger pitching this year. And that will end the inning. No score after 1.
Mode and much more. RBI Baseball 18 is available now for Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, iOS, and Android. Learn more at rbigame.com.
Is that a homemade deal, or are these guys making their own hot dog costumes now? Victor Martinez will lead off.
They may be making their own.
The kid's coming after me. Get yelled at the whole time in between innings to go turn around, and the kid's his own mustard costume, telling me he's going to get me.
Yeah, he's picked up the habits. Taunting.
Hasn't been a good night for me.
He's related. He's related. Watch out, Andre.
Fouled out of play. He looks a little surly, like Mustard. Yeah. Oh no, we've got, was that ketchup right in front of him?
Yeah, absolutely right.
Might have to have our own junior hot dog race.
Have it in the second inning.
The 1-1. And it's in there for a strike. Victor still puts the ball in play with the best of them. He averages a strikeout every 10+ plate appearances. That's 4th best in the American League. And he just took a called third there. Boy, Bieber has a good breaking ball here coming out of the chute tonight, Arch. It's his 3rd strikeout already in the first 4 batters.
Well, remember now, they have never seen him before, so they don't know what he likes to throw to get people out. So this is going to be a learning experience for this Tiger team, as it's the first time they've faced him, but he has struck out 3 out of the first 4, and his curveball has been very good because he's been able to command it.
Nico Goodrum. And he can't catch up to the high fastball. Goodrum's 5 out of 24 against Cleveland pitching this year with a couple of home runs. And again, he just can't get to that fastball. It's up and it's a bit away. So good location here from Bieber as well. A teaser away.
Yeah, but he didn't slow it down for him. He went right upstairs to see if he wanted to continue to swing at it, and that time he was able to take it.
Well, it would appear that the scouting report says don't slow it down for Goodrum. Keep challenging him with those fastballs. That's all he's thrown here. 4 pitches, 4 fastballs to Niko Goodrum. And the 1-2. Bounced a breaking ball in front of the plate. .24 pitches for Bieber and a whole bunch of strikes. 16 of them so far. Another fastball. Goodrum, another one of the young players the Tigers are looking at, banking on. Not real young at 26 years old. Swung on and missed, took a little something off, and gets his 4th strikeout.
Well, Shane Bieber is really attacking this zone. You look at him at the slow motion camera on the breaking ball. There's a nice strikeout right there. Out of the zone. He's going to bounce one here. Now let's go to the slider. So far to this point, he has 7 swings and misses. And 4 out of 5 have gone down on the strikeout ball.
John Hicks 0 for his last 13 at the plate. Fastball in off the plate. Hicks has had the magic touch against Cleveland pitchers so far, 6 for 17.
Yeah, and he's been going the other way a lot
Yeah.
with it on base hits in between first and second base, sort of looking that way and taking it that way. I mean, he's a guy that he's playing first base, but normally a catcher.
But with Miguel Cabrera done,
Right.
looking for other ways to get Hicks bat in the lineup. Ron Gardenhire has him at first base. We saw that in Detroit. Actually, I think we saw it here earlier when Cabrera was injured. Check, did he go? He did, and they punch him out. Boy, hard to be much better than Shane Bieber has been so far here tonight. He's faced 6. He has fanned 5 of them. No score, middle of the second. Kia drive to success. Lowest ERA against the Indians since 1920 among pitchers with at least 6 starts.
Fires right there, top 5. Believe it or not, he's not overpowering, but he knows how to use his fastball and change the eye levels to mix it in with his off-speed pitches.
Yonder Alonso to lead it off. And he takes a pitch down low. Ball 1.
And like the first inning, you can tell that Mike Fiers is a fly ball pitcher because all 3 outs have been in the air. Not a lot on the ground.
Iglesias with the shift on, able to throw out Alonso. 1 down. Down to Andre.
All right, guys, I talked to Jason Kipnis. I talked to Lonnie Chisenhall. I talked to Alonso. I talked about half the guys that are in the lineup today about going against Fiers and how frustrating it is to hit against him. And Jason Kipnis said it best. Just know you're going to go into this game and you're not going to get a ball down the middle. You're going to have to hit one of his pitches. You got to zero in on a zone and be patient. Arch, I ask you, how do you attack a guy like this who's not overpowering, but you know he's going to use up, down, in, and out?
You don't try to attack him. You let him come to you, and you don't try and do too much with it. I'm thinking, you know, stay back. If he wants to stay away from you, fine. He's not going to make a mistake into where you could pull it and try and hit a home run. Now, he may make a mistake and you catch up to his fastball, but, you know, just don't try to do too much.
And I guess the next thing I would say, because he's had a couple starts this year against the team and had success, does that start playing in your mind as well?
Well, yeah, you better make an adjustment because he doesn't have to. And if you haven't hit him, and the Indians haven't hit him too well, he's only given up a couple of runs in his 2 starts. 1.38 ERA. And he's always pitched well against the Tribe.
I think because he's not an overpowering guy, it's a big reason why he has a tough time getting deep into games. His best outing of the year was against the Indians. You know, ironically enough, 2 starts ago he went 7.
Oh, that's right. He did go 7 the second one.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Lonnie. And most of his starts, though, especially late, you talk about this streak where they won 5 in a row of his starts. 5 2/3, 5 2/3, 5 2/3,
Yeah.
7 and 5 1/3. And it's not because of anything other than just pitch count. He's hit right at about 100 pitches every time he goes out there.
But he stays out of the middle of the plate, and that's why he lasts 6 innings. You know, he's right around that 6-inning pitcher, like you say. He's in and out. He slows it down, and that's all he can go. He's not going to overpower you that 3rd time through the lineup. You got to keep your eye on him, but he knows how to pitch, and he knows how to win. The guy's got a no-hitter to his credit. He ended up no-hitting the Dodgers back on August 21st, 2015, when he was a member of the Houston Astros.
Up high, Gomes lays off.
Morton took his job in the rotation over there in Houston.
Gomes swings through it. He's in the hole. 1 and 2.
Gomes with a very good month of June. The ribbies, the doubles, 3 homers, the high batting average, and the patience that he has shown in the batter's box.
High pop. Shallow right. Out goes Goodrum. Makes the catch. Indians go 1, 2, 3. And we'll go to the 3rd. No score. Well, back here at Progressive Field, we want to take a moment to send out very special happy 50th wedding anniversary wishes to Mike and Carol Swain in Elyria, Ohio.
Well, congratulations. Happy anniversary.
Been a weird night. It was rainy and kind of stormy early, but it's been very calm now once we got the game underway. 68 degrees here at game time. And the delay certainly didn't seem to bother Shane Bieber one bit.
No, it did not. Matter of fact, he's picking up where all the other pitchers left off. They're striking everybody out.
James McCann, Jose Iglesias, and Jacoby Jones for Detroit here in the third inning. McCann 0 for his last 9 at the plate. Weak ground ball hit the mound. Kipnis cleans it up. 1 away. Our Lowe's whole team together focuses on Indian starters' strikeouts per 9 innings by month. A little over 8 early, better than 9 in May, and now they have reclaimed the top spot.
Yeah, they're moving it up every month.
Jose Iglesias looks at a ball down low.
That's the culprit there. He's been on a roll. Bauer. Most double-digit strikeout games this year as an Indian for the Indians.
Yeah, Bauer's tied for 3rd in the league. 11.5 strikeouts per 9 innings.
But it's not always about the strikeout. The pitchers have been very efficient as well. And that's where their strikeouts are coming. When they get ahead of hitters, they're able to put them away. Clevenger's been rolling. Those two guys have really bonded a lot this year. And you see them sitting next to each other a lot during ball games.
Well, Kluber is 2nd in the American League in ERA. Bauer is 5th. And Mike Clevenger is 10th. Kluber's at 2.10, Bauer 250, and Clevenger an even 3. Slicing and out of play. And to your point, you know, the strikeouts aren't everything. Bauer's 4th overall in the AL, Kluber's 7th. Opponent's batting average against. Kluber's 5th. Bauer's 8th. In the hole, base hit. First hit of the night for Detroit. And Iglesias with a 1-out single extends his hitting streak to 5 games.
Well, this is a guy that he likes the fastball, and he can get to it. He hit a 92-mile-an-hour fastball in the hole between short and third. First hit for the Tigers. So it comes as a 1-out single.
Up comes Jacoby Jones. He has a hit in 7 straight games for Detroit. Goes after the first pitch and sends a sky-high pop to right. Lonnie Chisenhall, 2 away.
Well, this series will continue tomorrow night, and 12,500 fans will receive a batting practice jersey courtesy of Discount Drug Mart. Come on out early, spend the pregame out in the district, and stay later and watch the fireworks show. That'll go to Indians.com and get your tickets.
Two down for Leonis Martin. He goes after the first pitch.
Beautiful.
Michael Brantley reels it in. Middle of the third, still no score. Here at Progressive Field. It will be Jason Kipnis, Tyler Naquin, and Francisco Lindor for Cleveland. Kipnis has gone 7 for 36 against Tiger pitching on the year. And remember, he had that game-winning homer in Detroit a couple of weeks back. Pop to left. Jacoby Jones, one away. Our stat of the game brought to you by Buick. Last 7 times these two have met here in Cleveland, the Indians have won all 7. How they've done that, they've outscored them 36-8.
Yeah, I mean, that's been the theme when the Indians have beaten the Tigers. They just have dominated pitching wise.
I mean, 9 runs a game. That'll win you every time, just about.
Yeah, and you're only allowing 1.
Or not 9, but what are you, about 5, almost 6 runs a game, yeah.
They've had some really good runs against the Tigers in the last 3-4 years.
Tyler Naquin taps one back to the mound. 2 away.
Well, bring the family to the ballpark on Sundays because it's KeyBank Kids Fun Day. After the game, kids get to run the bases. That's presented by Cleveland Clinic's Children. And visit Indians.com for your tickets. And you better come on out Sunday because then we're gone for 10 days. Won't be back until July 6th, I think, is our next game here. So come on out on Sunday, kids.
Indians looking for their first hit of the night. Francisco Lindor only saw 1 pitch his first time up. Fly to center. We said it before, Francisco Lindor batted .373 in the month of May with 10 homers. 23 runs batted in the 27 games played. Nobody expected him to keep that up. But it has been just as surprising that he has gone so far the other way in the month of June, batting just .211. With only 2 homers and 6 runs batted in now 18 games this month. Lindor tied for 3rd in the American League with 23 doubles. He hammers one high in the air, deep right field. Castellanos is out of room. It's out of here, and the Indians take the lead. Frankie Lindor with home run number 17. And his 41st run driven in on the year. And the Indians are up 1-0.
Now here's one where Mike Fiers didn't get a ball elevated enough. And that ball had middle of the plate. And he doesn't throw many here. And Lindor does what you're supposed to do with it. He hit it a long way and gets the Indians on the board. There it is down in his wheelhouse. So Lindor gets number 17 and gives the Indians a 1-0 lead.
15th home run allowed by Fiers. He's given up a home run in all but 3 starts. At least 1 home run in all but 3 starts this year. Brantley flied to left his first time up. Rolls one to second. And the inning is over. We'll visit with Kenny Lofton, he's done a little bit of this back in his day. Indians on top 1-0. Nothing Indians on top as we go to the 4th. 2 of the best center fielders in Indians history in the same booth at the same time. Kenny Lofton alongside Rick Manning. How many Gold Gloves between you guys?
5. He's got 4. I got 1.
That's all that matters. You got the 1. That's all that matters. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah?
Can't complain.
What's new right now for you?
Not a whole lot. I'm still in LA doing my film production and different TV shows, and it's a little, it's fun.
Now, are you hands-on with this stuff, or are you more of the financial guy, creative guy? Where are you at in the process?
I'm hands-on. We have the sets. I go on set, and I don't really boss people around too much, but I pretty much try to make sure everything runs smooth and make sure it's the concept that we're looking for.
Now, are these programs that people who are watching can see anywhere on what do you call them, the streaming platform? Or
We have one of them right now. It's called My First Miracle. It's on, you can get it on iTunes, Hulu, Amazon Prime. It's called My First Miracle.
all right, cool.
Yeah.
And how did
Check
you get
that out.
involved with that? I mean, did you know you wanted to do that after getting out of baseball, retiring?
Well, I got
'Cause you
my
played forever.
degree. I got my degree in TV film. So
Okay.
once I got my degree, and now I think 04, 05, I started my company called Film Pool, and we've been going that way ever since.
How?
Go ahead.
I was just saying, how different is that business from your playing days in baseball?
Well, funny you said that, because in baseball, if you go out and you do what you're supposed to do, you say you go out and you work hard at spring training, you try to make the team, you're going to make the team, and you do this, you make the All-Star and all that. Okay, perfect. You go in this business, they tell you they want you to get the, get your script set, you get everything set up to going forward, and then when you get in there to the office, say, oh yeah, we got everything you wanted up, we're going a different direction. I'm like, wait a minute. I did exactly what you guys wanted me to do, and look what happened. You guys going a different direction. It's very confusing.
So it can be difficult, in other words.
Yes.
You got to keep on the move, and you got to be ready for anything and everything.
Because you don't know what they're going to say to you, from time to time. You can be prepared to have a script, going into this, like a Lionsgate or something. You go in there and talk to them with a script, and they say, oh yeah, this is a great script, bring it in. And talk to them. It's like, oh, we had something like that before. Well, you knew that before I even told you about it in the beginning. Why didn't you tell me that then? But that's what they do.
Here's Jason Kipnis, had a little trouble getting it out of the glove. He does, and then Alonso can't reel it in on the back end. So timing was just thrown off a bit. And Castellanos is aboard with one out, and you can see by the look on Alonso's face, I should have had that one.
Well, let's take a look, and Kipnis picked it okay, and a little bobble there. Yeah, he should have had it. It was close, borderline being a short hop or getting the glove down there, and he just never did pick it up. That'll be an error on, I believe, the throw on Kip. We'll see.
You look cutter he threw over there.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing I can tell you this, listening to your story,
Okay.
a lot of frustration in baseball as a player because there's so much failure you've got to overcome, and it sounds like it's different, but you have to deal with that in the new line of work you're in.
Yeah, you do. But the thing about it is, I think for me, you have to worry about other people to get your projects going.
Yeah, it's not all on just you.
Yeah, in baseball, they say you lead off, you do what you're supposed to do, you get on base, you're going to stay in the game a long time. In that business, you're doing everything they say they want you to do, and they can make a decision to say, nah, we'll go a different direction.
There's two.
Kipnis goes to Ramirez. Back to first. Plenty of time. It's a double play. We'll stop. Thanks for stopping by, spending a few minutes. Keep up the good work out there in Hollywood, all right?
For sure.
Look for Kenny Lofton stuff on iTunes. 1-0 Indians, middle of the fourth. fourth. It'll be Jose Ramirez, Edwin Encarnacion, and Yonder Alonso due up for the Indians. Ramirez drew a walk in the first inning. The only hit so far for the Tribe, the home run by Francisco Lindor in the third. Mike fires. He's just about 50-50 balls to strikes. And Jose Ramirez, if he's not hitting his way on, teams are walking him because they're tired of watching him beat him to death with home runs, doubles, hits in the clutch. He's at 370 with runners in scoring position and 2 outs this year.
The tough thing is when you're swinging and hitting the ball like he is, it's tough to take a lot of pitches, but he's really learning how to take his walks if need be. See, he got beat right there on that pitch. He was looking for something else. He might have been looking for the changeup, and he got that fastball and he threw it by him.
Fires wants to take another look at the signs. He didn't like whatever it was that McCann put down. Slow hook in the dirt. I often have wondered, and I don't know, maybe you know the answer to this, or maybe it's just pure speculation. Regardless, when a pitcher's out there and he shakes and he shakes and he shakes, a lot of the times I wonder if he just doing that to make the hitter think and more uncomfortable, make him wait a little longer. Not that necessarily that he can't get on the same page with his catcher.
Well, he certainly could do that, and I'll tell you what, that was a close pitch, and it looked like Mike Fiers wanted it. Now he's got 2 walks tonight, and it's both of them are to Jose. That one at the bottom part. Look at him look down. He thought he maybe nailed a good pitch right there, but he's not getting a call down in the strike zone. But you know, you can shake, and you can shake for different pitches. You could also shake for location, which most of the time could be a fastball. Fastball, no, I want it in, or I want it out. You know,
right?
And he could be trying to just say and mess with the hitter.
Can I join in a little
Absolutely.
bit? Like Brian Shaw, who's not here anymore, and I'll say it, we used to laugh about it. 9 times out of 10 when he was shaking, he wasn't shaking away from the pitch that was called. He was just trying to get in the hitter's head. Now, I don't know how many pitchers do that, but he told me more than you think are shaking, even though they want to throw the pitch that's been put down.
Well, I don't even know why he was shaking. He only had one pitch.
Oh, baby. Edwin with a high fly ball. Deep left and gone to Souvenir City. Home run number 17 for Edwin. 2 more on the RBI column. He's got 46 of those. And it's 3-0 Cleveland, as Fiers has been touched for a pair of home runs so far here tonight.
Take a peek at it. Fastball up and tried to run it inside, and Eddie was ready. And he smoked that ball. So after the close pitch on the walk, Encarnacion follows with a 2-run home run, and it's a 3-0 ball game.
5th time this year that Fiers has allowed 2 home runs in a game. And for Edwin Encarnacion, it's the first home run since June 3rd.
Well, that's a sight for sore eyes right there, boys.
Yeah, almost 3 weeks between homers. Yonder Alonso grounded out his only time up in the 2nd inning.
Ooh. Nice swing.
If you missed our rain delay chat that I had with Yonder Alonso, one of the things I asked him is how much he was looking forward to this year playing in a hitter environment, a hitter friendly environment, as opposed to Oakland and some other places, I think San Diego. He said, yeah.
Seattle.
He said, you know, the thing though, that he goes, I never want to think about the environment, because I feel like if you barrel the ball up, if you hit it good, it's going to go out regardless of where you're playing it. So I try not to think about where I'm playing at.
That's good. And you couldn't have told him that in April, though. Because he barreled up a couple of balls and they didn't even get to the warning track.
He smokes one into center field here. It's good to have a plan, though, right?
Yeah. No, I'll tell you what. That's smart thinking.
It was a great plan, Arch. You guys are right, Matt. It was a great plan, but he admitted about halfway through April. I remember he came out one day early before a game, and he looked at me and he goes, "Is the weather always like this in Cleveland?" It took him a while. Remember, he barreled a couple balls up, and he said, he goes, "I like hitting the ball to left center." He goes, "But that ball looks like it's 500 feet away right now."
It is in April.
He's not talking like that anymore, though. He's finally comfortable here.
Lonnie Chisenhall spins out of the way. It's ball one. Well, think about it, though. To Andre's point, I mean, if you're a player on the West Coast and you only come to Cleveland once a year, if you don't get here in April and don't really experience what that weather's like, it could be a real shock to the system, and I'm sure it was for Alonso.
Hey, it is. Even if you've been here for 8 years and you keep coming back every April, it's still a shock.
It's a shock to us, and we live here.
I know it. So yeah, for someone that you know, has never played in this, let's say, the month of April, where we had 17 home games, it's a tough way to start. Let's put it that way. But I'll tell you, he battled through it.
2-0 count for Lonnie, and he sends one high and on the infield. One down. Take another look at the Edwin homer on StatCast.
Yeah, he got that barrel into it, and it was a fastball up a little bit and in. He didn't really get it out front where he can, but it was 96 miles an hour, about 380 feet, but good enough to jog around the bases. That's all he needed. That's what you need. You need that feel. You got to see it, you know, go over the fence. And it makes you feel really good.
As frustrating as a guy like this can be to face for hitters at times, Arch, as a hitter, do you ever think to yourself, look, this guy's not overpowering. He's going to make some mistakes. Just be ready for him.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to, you try and get yourself in counts, not in good counts to where you can look at something or, you know, you can spit on a pitch. But when you're 0-2, you almost have to protect like he is here. And that's what Fires does. He gets strike one, and he likes to pitch from in front. And when he can, he is going to nibble, and he's going to make you go fish. And if he doesn't make a mistake, there's a good chance he'll win. Now, the mistake he really made was to Lindor, and he hit him out of the ballpark with 2 outs. The pitch to Encarnacion, he tried to run one inside, and he got beat on it.
He strikes out Yan Gomes. 2 down on the inning, and second strikeout of the night.
Down to the plate for the Indians, the second.
And it'll bring up Jason Kipnis. High fastball to Jason Kipnis. Kip with a hit in 4 straight games, going 6 for his last 16 coming into tonight. And he is playing home run derby here tonight. 2-out solo homer in the 3rd by Francisco Lindor. A 2-run home run by Edwin Encarnacion here in the 4th.
Well, Fire's given up 16 home runs. 12 of them have been solo. Only 4 with guys on.
Ripped foul.
I want to send along some get well wishes to a very big Tribe fan, Gino Lorenzo. Get well soon. We know you're watching the ball game. Hope all is going well.
Swung out and missed. He strikes him out to end the inning. For the 2nd time, the Indians have taken Mike Fiers deep tonight, and they extend their lead to 3-0. Kia Sorrento, the perfect getaway vehicle. Visit KiaDealers.com to learn more. And by Levin Furniture. For the best deals on furniture and mattresses, shop Levin's. 3-0 Indians on top of the Tigers. Terminal Tower lit up tonight. And it has turned out to be a very pleasant evening after an hour and 41-minute rain delay to get us underway. Shane Bieber, razor sharp. He's fan 5. He's allowed just 1 hit. Down the line, hooking. A foul ball in the corner.
Boy, that looked like a fair ball. It hit the wall. Alonso's pointing foul. I saw it hit that wall, but it came straight back, and it was awfully close. Wow.
Nope. Foul ball. Good call.
Not by much. He's sitting there thinking, boy, I thought that ball hit the wall or hit the line. But goes as a strike. So now down the count 0-2.
Nico Goodrum struck out in the 2nd inning. Last 3 games, Goodrum has 4 hits. including a double and a home run.
For Bieber so far, 8-0-2, 1-2 counts tonight.
Wake bouncer to first, and Alonso takes it himself. Time for a game break. Here's Al Pulaski.
All right, Matt and Rick, crazy one tonight at Fenway Park. Seattle and Boston, and Nelson Cruz leaving the yard twice. So he now has 20 home runs on the season. And tonight so far, 4 for 4 with 7 runs batted in.
Wow.
As far as Boston starter, get this, guys. Stephen Wright, 3 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 10 runs, all earned. Well, if Boston comes back, he'll be off the hook. 10-9 Mariners are in the 7th in a wild one at Fenway.
Long way to go in that ballpark.
29 hits in the game. And you're right. I mean, it just, oof. There were 9 runs scored in the first inning alone.
Cruz is starting to get hot. Look out. He's up to 20 homers, only 7 ribbies tonight. He led the league last year in that department.
Slow chopper to third. Ramirez going to let it go, and it stays fair.
That was smart. He wasn't going to get the guy anyway, so he decided, just let me see if this may catch the lip of the grass and roll foul. And let's see it come into your living room here. Watch. See, he gets out, and by the time he catches up, he's not going to be able to make a throw. So he realizes, I'll take the chance, but it stayed fair. So an infield single for Hicks.
That snaps an 0 for 14 slump for John Hicks. And it brings up James McCann 0 for his last 10.
And if we tell him the hit speed was about 25 miles an hour, he'll take it. Doesn't matter.
McCann takes a strike. Indians have held him to 3 for 26 this year. And Bieber with a good fastball in there. It's 0-2. Ron Gardenhire, Lloyd McClendon. Both have managed in other spots. The 0-2. Wow, that was awfully close, and it sure looked like it had plate.
Well, there's been a couple times pitchers have looked out there and said, man, that's a good pitch. And that was a good pitch, but didn't get the call. I don't know.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Off the end of the bat.
Go figure.
Charging hard. Chisenhall can't get there. And now the Tigers have 2 on with 1 out.
And that's what happens when you get 4 strikes. Sometimes you're going to get a hit. Nothing you can do. Is a good pitch off the end of the bat, flared it to right field, and it's a breaking ball, but it falls in. So that's, I mean, that's a little disconcerting when you're a pitcher, when you go out there and you think you made a pitch that you have. That's why you have to shake it off, forget about it, move on, and now make the next pitch. He made a good one and got hit for a base hit. And now they have runners at first and second.
1 out for Jose Iglesias. Single to left, his first time up on a fastball. And that fastball, I guess it was high. Maybe we should just scrap the strike zone box tonight because it doesn't seem to matter.
to see if anybody's saying anything from the dugout, but it doesn't seem to be.
That one was low, but the problem now is you start missing on some of those calls and
start aiming it.
You're trying to make the perfect pitch. I don't know. Not getting a lot of help here. And Detroit is in a pretty good spot now to make a rally. And a 3-1. Full count.
Well, you see right there where Iglesias is just, it looked like he was taken too.
His Friday night crowd whooping it up a little bit for Bieber here. 2 on, 1 out, 3-2 pitch. Chop 2 short. Lindor, they'll get 1. And the Tigers have runners at the corners with 2 down. And Jacoby Jones to the plate, fly to right, his only time up. First time that Bieber has really had to work tonight, by no fault of his own, really. You're talking about a 34-footer off the bat of John Hicks. And after he had McCann struck out but didn't get the call, he bloops one off the end of the bat in the shallow right. But if he can get Jones and get out of this unscathed, he will have done a heck of a job. Just his 3rd major league start. Low and away, 1-1. Boy, Philadelphia's putting it to Washington tonight. Phillies lead the Nationals 11-2. They win, they'll leapfrog Washington in the NL East standings. Here's the 1-1. Good fastball, gets ahead, 1-2. Swung out and missed. He struck him out. A half dozen Ks for right-hander Shane Bieber. He strands 2 in the 5th. The Indians are up 3-0. 5th inning coming up. Tyler Naquin takes a strike. Tapped one back to the mound his first time up. Out of play to the left. He fights it off.
Went upstairs with a high fastball. He was able to get Tyler in his last at bat to roll over on a changeup that he hit right back to the pitcher himself.
Got a piece of that one.
More congratulations going out to Bob and Kate Cutting of Apple Creek, celebrating their 60th wedding anniversary. Congratulations. Willie and Nell Spikes also celebrating their 55th. Congratulations to you as well.
And now Fires feels the squeeze. 1-2.
Well, you say keep that curveball down, and boy, oh boy, hitters are catching a break tonight sometimes.
Indians leading at 3-0.
There you go. Little Tiger fan got himself a foul ball sitting over on the first base side.
Oh my, swung at that one and it goes all the way to the backstop. And Naquin will reach on a strikeout. Wild pitch. Mid-game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. 2 down in the 3rd. Francisco Lindor homers. And then on the 4th, after a leadoff walk, Edwin blast off. And in the 11 games they've played head-to-head this year, the Indians have outscored the Tigers in the first 4 innings 33-8. So leadoff man aboard for Lindor now here in the 5th. By the way, Boston's gone ahead of Seattle now 12-10.
I see that.
In that 7th inning.
Still a lot of game left in Fenway. You know that.
J.D. Martinez with the go-ahead 2-run single for the Red Sox. Astros Royals are scoreless in the 7th. That game down in Houston, it was Danny Duffy and Dallas Keuchel matching up. Lindor taking, it's up high, 1-1. Bottom of the 5th. 3-0 Cleveland. And the 1-1 just a bit low. To left, deep, down the line, and it's foul right at the last moment.
I'll tell you what, he hit that ball pretty hard on the line drive and shooting it that way. Just at the end, it had a little slice to it and goes foul. And that would have been off the big wall up there.
Throw to first. Naquin back with a dive. Tyler's only attempted 1 steal this year, and he was thrown out.
It seems like Fires really slows down. I don't know if he's doing this just for Lindor to slow it down and make him wait a little bit and take his time.
I just think it's when he gets guys on base, which there haven't been a lot of tonight, but it just seems like he really takes it down a gear or two. Runner goes, and this one's popped to left. Naquin will have to retreat as Jacoby Jones makes the catch 1 down. Right now, let's check in with Gabriela Cruz.
Secure your Jose Ramirez, Jim Thome, and batting practice jersey by getting a promo pass. For an additional service fee, promo passes guarantee that you will get your promotional item no matter what time you show up at the ballpark. Visit Indians.com/promo pass for more details.
Thank you, Gabriela. Homestand, it's been a good one. Coming to a close after Sunday. Indians have won 4 in a row, and they lead it here tonight 3-0 in the 5th. Down and in. Brantley fly to left in the first, grounded out in the 3rd. Still tied for 7th in the American League coming into play today with a .315 batting average. Naquin takes off. Brantley gaps it. Tyler will score all the way from first. Brantley's headed for second, and it's 4-0 Indians. Gabe Brantley is 42nd run batted in on the year, and it's his 16th double.
Boy, he put a really nice stroke on that baseball there, stroking it to right center field on the double. And remember, Naquin reached when he struck out, and the wild pitch went to the backstop. He got the first base. He's off and running. He will score easily with no throw. The Indians increase their lead to 4-0. Brantley gets his 16th double. This may be the One of the better games I've seen the Indians go against Mike Fiers here. They hit a couple out of the ballpark. A nice base hit right there into the gap.
Generally speaking, they seem to be a little more relaxed, not jumping out.
Yeah.
When he gets you on his terms, you see hitters out on that front foot. They're trying to do too much. As you said, I like what you said to Andre when you asked him about the approach. You said you can't be aggressive against a guy like this.
Right.
Or no, you don't attack a guy like this. You wait for him to come to you.
That's right, and be patient. But the Indians, though, they hit so well here at this ballpark. They average 5.8 runs a game. They bat .280 in their home ballpark. They're a much different team at home than they are away, where they're under 4 runs or at 3.9. So almost 2 runs difference per game. Their average is at 226. So you got 55-point difference there in batting average, slugging, and the runners in scoring position is about 100 points difference. 297 home, 194 on the road. So I don't know if it's just confidence here. They just love hitting in this ballpark.
Ooh, that was a pretty good pitch. And now Fiers, look at him. He is hands on hips, looking in at home plate umpire Kerwin Danley.
Well, you know, he's been around too long to take the bait. That's a changeup down and in, and that was a good pitch. And I'll tell you what, he's missed a lot of pitches back there tonight.
And the 2-2 in the dirt, full count.
And then Jose's walked twice. And Fiers is saying, my goodness, he made some good pitches. He looked the last time in the at-bat with Jose up there before he walked him.
Upstairs, he's walked again 3 times. Ramirez has drawn a walk. And now here comes pitching coach Chris Bosio. And Arch, you can even see catcher James McCann. He's not that he's trying to calm Mike Fiers down. He's a veteran. He just knows that Fiers is very frustrated.
Yeah,
he's made some bad pitches. Then the Indians have hit him out of the park a couple of times. But he's feeling like, look, I can't compete if I'm not going to get some of these pitches called strikes.
Well, maybe he'll stay out there long enough and allow the umpire to come out there so they can have it. Maybe, you know, he can say something to him. Not Fiers. Let your pitching coach say it. See if Bosio says anything to him. No, he just put his head down and kept walking.
Arch, speaking of that Seattle-Boston game, Seattle reliever Juan Nicasio, 1/3 of an inning, 4 hits, 1 walk, 5 earned runs allowed.
I think he just came off the disabled list, if I'm not mistaken, or recently. Well, that's not the way you want to come back.
That just sent his ERA to 6.60 for the year. That's a rough one.
Well, Seattle better go keep swinging. They've got a couple more outs to go.
Edwin swinging a hot bat right now. He scalded a line drive to center field his first time up. Then he sent one to the home run porch in the 4th. In the dirt.
The Indians have scored in 3 straight innings. Solo homer in the 3rd, the 2-run homer in the 4th, and the RBI double here in the 5th after Naquin reached after he struck out on a wild pitch. And a chance to add on.
Check. Did he go? He did not. Edwin asks for his own appeal.
And he knew he didn't do it.
2 on, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. 2-2 pitch. High and shallow. Right in is Castellanos. Brantley's going to go for third. Here's the throw, and it's cut off. That's a case where, you know, you've got a third baseman out there,
right,
not a pure outfielder, so you just go ahead and
sure you do. You know, coming into this series, you're going to run anytime you have an opportunity when it goes to right field.
23 pitches in the 4th, 25 more here in the 5th to this point. Nobody. Well, yeah, they do have a right-hander up in the bullpen. Buck Farmer getting loose, but Yonder Alonso, the batter. Alonso singled up the middle his last time up. There goes Ramirez. No throw, and he's got another stolen base for Jose. That's his 11th.
They've been on quite some run when it comes to the stolen bases. They've only been caught once in about their last 26 or 27 times. It's a good pitch to throw on, but they chose not to throw it through. They're just going to stay there and eat it and give them second base.
Broke his bat from the outfield grass. A good throw to the pitcher. Fires from Nico Goodrum, and the inning is over. Indians tack on a run through 5. They lead it 4-0. The game from Wednesday. Corey Kluber, he went 7, gave up 1 hit, walked 1, struck out 7, retired the last 14 in a row, did not allow a run. The Indians' 7th shutout. They lead the league in that category, and Corey Kluber was the first 11-game winner in the majors. Luis Severino has since also picked up his 11th win for the Yankees, but that's it. Nobody in the National League has reached 11 yet. Leonis Martin leading off here in inning number 6 for Detroit.
Bieber out there again going for the 6th inning. Only allowed to 3 hits. He came out in the first 2 innings, I mean, on fire, striking out 5 of the first 6. See, now this is the time in his first 2 starts, 6th inning, where the first 2 guys have reached both times in those starts. Even against Minnesota, this time he gives up a walk, and that is his first walk.
I am sure that is very much on the mind of Carl Willis.
Oh yes, they know this is. I mean, this is the time you have to watch. Even though he's at 77 pitches, it's not like you know, you get down to the minor leagues, you get up here, and now he's going through this lineup for the 3rd time. Well, there you get a good look at it.
Bieber gets ahead of him. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oh, and he pulled the string on him. Give him strikeout number 7. 1 down here in the inning. Let's go down to Andre.
Shane Bieber is well aware of that as well, but he's done something that we haven't seen before. This is from Ryan Milwaukee, part of the PR staff with the Cleveland Indians. Bieber is now the 3rd pitcher in Indians history with 6+ strikeouts in his first 3 career appearances. Only 20 other Major League Baseball pitchers have done that since the era of 1908 till now, have turned that trick. The last Indian to do it, Louis Tiant, 1964.
El Tiante.
That'd be your Arch.
Little before me, pal.
He could strike him out, though.
Yes, he
Louis
could.
Tiant. He piled him up there.
But Bieber is well aware of how he's ended his last 2 starts. He said in his first start, his legs kind of left him a little bit and he got tired, but he did concentrate in that last start and struck out a couple before he left the game, which he made him happy last start.
Line drive and a base hit in the right field for Castellanos. Stopping at second base is Martin. That's that patented Castellanos inside-out swing.
Absolutely. I mean, this is what makes him such a great hitter where he goes. That's a fastball inside. He's not trying to pull that. Look at that. Inside out. Let's take it the other way. A line drive. Base hit. So that keeps the inning rolling now. That is the 4th hit. In the 2nd straight inning where they've had 2 men on base.
Now Victor Martinez looks at a pitch just low, ball 1. He was rung up in the 2nd inning and grounded into an inning-ending double play in the 4th. And that's what Bieber is hoping to do now, get Martinez to hit one on the ground, because he's almost an automatic double play if he does it. He hits one out an infielder. Back in the 4th, when they turned that double play, you could almost see Ramirez, once he took the throw at second base, you could see him just almost stop.
Yeah, there's
go
no
into
hurry.
slow motion to make sure he just took his time and
he leads
threw it
their
over
team.
to first.
He's grounded into 10 double plays on the year now. But the key is get him to hit that ground ball at one of your boys.
just foul. Up the first baseline, and it's 1-2. When Bieber's been able to get the Tigers hitters in the hole, he's pretty much been able to put them away every time. Lindor, he'll flip it to Kipnis on to first. They got him a double play. Look at the smile of Shane Bieber. Well, that's what we talked about. When you've got Victor running, just take your time and execute. The Indians did, and they end the inning. The Tigers had a chance to make some noise, but they are turned back once again by Bieber and the Indians defense. Clinic call to the bullpen made by Ron Gardenhire here in the 6th inning for Buck Farmer. He'll be facing 6, 7, and 8 for Cleveland. Lonnie Chisenhall to lead it off. And it's a strike. Mike Fiers went 5 innings. He allowed 4 runs on 4 hits. He walked 3, struck out 3, gave up a pair of home runs.
Farmer's appearing for the 5th time against the Indians this year.
Lonnie with a high fly ball, deep right. Castellanos is back. He leaps up and makes a catch. Castellanos just recently down in Cincinnati went up over the fence, had it, and it fell out of his glove and ended up being a home run. Might have been, was that the grand slam?
Yeah, it was Votto's grand slam. Yes, it was, Matt. And you see him here. He didn't pin himself against the wall. He gave him a little jumping room. I'm not so sure it would have been out. Let's see. He's in front of the fence. It would have been close, but he's able to make the catch. So that'll be out number 1.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to hit maybe high off the wall had he not been there to catch it. But again, we've mentioned before, a learning process, much like what Lonnie Chisenhall went through a couple of years ago. I think Lonnie made the move better than most.
Seamlessly. Yeah, he really did. Good athlete, yes. He filled out nicely into the outfield. Got a good throwing arm. Good instincts, runs good routes.
He's wondering, why are you showing me I just flied out? We're talking you up, Lonnie. We're talking you up. Jan Gomes, 0 for 2 tonight, has popped up and struck out. What do you think, since you made the move from infielder to outfield, what's the most important asset you have to have as an athlete to be able to make the transition and make it work? In other words, to be better than just okay, to be good when you make the move out there.
Well, it's just a matter of able to read the balls off the bat and get good jumps.
Is it instinctual, do you think, Arch?
I think some of it is, yes. I really do. Where you get a feel out there and you go with the flow and you. It helps if you can run a little bit. You don't have to have a great arm. You can play a little bit shallower, but
he's got to move on this one, but I don't think he's got enough room to get there. I mean, infield, a lot of infield play is just reaction. You have to have quick hands. You've got to be able to react. Outfield is more instinctual and being able to read and react.
Ball off the bat and go and run and get to a spot before the ball can get there, especially playing center field. You have trickier angles in left and right field because the ball hooks and slices on you, and it's a little tougher. The short throw is from left field. You got to have a little better arm in right field. Center field, you just got to get the ball into the cutoff man. You don't throw out a whole lot of guys there.
Gomes tied up, strikes out, 2 down. Yeah, it's funny because it's all baseball, but the outfield position is really different because of that being able to read what's happening from such a far distance away. I mean, you said before, sometimes you get fooled by a big swing. If you've got a big stadium and there's noise, you can't hear. Did he crush it? Did he barrel it? It might look really good, but then you don't realize, oh, it's off the end, and if you make one false move back, that kills your chances.
Sure
again.
It does. Some guys, well, that's concentration on where you're looking at picking up the baseball. Some guys don't like the ball hit at them in the air. When you get to the big leagues, it comes a little bit harder, a little bit faster, and they go a little bit higher than normal. You know, the scary thing sometimes is in a day game with the sun out there, try and catch a fly ball when you know guys are running around the bases in 2 outs, and you're thinking, I don't see that ball. It's in the sun. You have some strange thoughts go through your mind.
The 1-1. Plus, I can just see it. You know, you're a young outfielder, right? You get called up first time in the big leagues. You're in the outfield. You've never seen a Miguel Cabrera in the minor leagues, or something like a Mike Trout backspin a ball maybe 15 feet off the ground.
You never see that third deck that goes onto the second one. You know, that one addition.
Shallow center field, Martin. Indians go 1-2-3. We go to the 7th, 4-0 Cleveland. visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. And by the injury lawyers at Elk & Elk. Proud partners of the Cleveland Indians. Call 1-800-ELK, Ohio. 4-0, the Indians lead it. Shane Bieber has been sensational, pitching into the 7th inning now. And Nico Goodrum 0 for 2 takes a strike. Bieber 5 2/3 innings in each of his first 2 starts against Minnesota this year. But I mean, pitch count wise, he's still, although this is right where he was in both of those first 2 starts, 88, 89 pitches respectively.
Well, he has a decent lead where they can go out there and send him. He's still throwing the ball very well. He's only allowed 4 hits. Again, he's carrying a shutout into the 7th inning.
Struck him out looking. A great fastball. Painted on the inside corner. And that's his 8th strikeout of the night.
And back now for Detroit. First baseman.
See that fastball going on the inside part. He hasn't been getting into it. That was a dart right on the inside corner.
Well, two-seamer, huh? With some comeback to it.
Just a little bit. There was a little bit comeback to it.
John Hicks hit a little roller up the 3rd baseline that stayed fair for an infield single back in the 5th. Man, I tell you what, we're watching a guy pitch with a lot of confidence. He's just letting it go, and he's using all of his pitches too.
14-0-2, 1-2 counts, Matt. He's staying ahead.
Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 9 for Bieber. That equals his season high in the minor leagues. He struck out 9 his first time out against a Double-A Altoona.
Yeah, a great breaking ball right there out of the zone, because you just expand that hitter's strike zone. But 94 pitches, 61 strikes. So, and we showed you his last start was 65%. He's right on target.
Missed inside. Wow, great change of pace. And it is 1-1, and you can see why Terry Francona is so excited about the possibilities of Shane Bieber. Center field, Naquin. Bieber, a career high 7 shutout innings with 9 strikeouts. Indians Tigers game 2. Trevor Bauer goes up against Francisco Liriano. Our coverage begins with Indians live at 5:30. First pitch just after 6. Swinging to Summer on Sports Time Ohio and Fox Sports Go. Presented by Click It or Ticket. Johnny Barbado going now for the Tigers. Third pitcher of the night for Detroit.
He was recalled from Toledo AAA prior to Wednesday's game at Cincinnati. Pitched in 19 games for the Mud Hens this year, compiling a 1.59 ERA. Made his Tigers debut April 27th.
Tyler Naquin grounded out in the 3rd. He struck out in the 5th inning, but then he reached on a wild pitch after he swung at a ball in the dirt and came around to score the last run of this game. Now he slams one up the gut, and the Indians get their leadoff man aboard. Injury report brought to you by the attorneys at Elkino. Miguel Cabrera will undergo surgery if he hasn't already had it for a ruptured bicep tendon. Francisco Liriano will come off the DL to make the start tomorrow. Drew Verhagen and Daniel Stump also on the DL currently for Detroit. Here is Francisco Lindor, 1 for 3. He homered in the 3rd. That gave the Indians the lead. Pulls it foul. In the dirt. Naquin took off on a pitch in the 5th inning, and Michael Brantley hit one up the right center field alley, and that enabled Naquin to score all the way from first base on that double in the 5th.
Yeah, it looks pretty when a guy takes off and all of a sudden you stroke a ball and it goes into the gap and you're just in stride running around the bases.
I'm trying to recall the situation. Was that Naquin going on that pitch, or do you think that was a design? Do you remember?
No, I think he was just running on the pitch, and then Michael just liked the pitch and he put a nice swing on it.
Three balls and a strike. I don't know what the percentages are, but it seems like there more times a runner goes and a guy fouls a pitch off.
It usually happens that way.
Then a guy finds the alley like Brantley did.
And finds a hole for the, not that it's a hit and run, but if it was. All right, now you can start Naquin here on the full count. 4-0 lead. Get him a head start. You figure if Lindor likes it, he's going to put a good swing on it. If he doesn't, he can take it.
Runner goes, and a foul back. Nice hit on cue. And it's ball 4. So Naquin to second. Lindor aboard. Nobody out. And coming up is Michael Brantley. Time now to take a look at our T-Mobile Hats Off to Heroes. Hank Greenberg of the Detroit Tigers was actually sent home. He was done. He had done his duty, done his service, and then re-enlisted after the attack on Pearl Harbor. Two-time MVP.
Yeah, Big Hank could drive him in and hit him deep.
Now Michael Brantley trying to hit one deep. We'll remove all doubt. Oh, the wild pitch to the backstop. Naquin to third, Lindor to second.
Well, Barbado is really setting this inning up for the Indians. After the leadoff single, he walks Lindor on a 3-2 count, and then the first pitch, you take the double play out of play, and you move the runners up. So second and third, and that forces the infield in for the Tigers to try and cut a run in off at home plate. And this is turning into a free at bat for Michael Brantley.
Upstairs, and that's going to send out McCann to talk with Barbado, who's put himself, as you said, in a real pickle now.
Yeah, well, 7 of his 11 pitches have been out of the strike zone, so that's no way to come in and you know, endear yourself to your manager. You needed zeros on the board, being down 4 already, but you can see he's got to get somebody right back up.
Popped them straight up behind the plate. McCann to the track. Oh, he reaches out, makes the basket catch, one away.
Michael wants to take a bite out of that bat right there at home plate. He is going to be upset with himself there. Had the count in his favor, had a pitch to hit, he pops it up, and he pops it up behind home plate. That is frustrating when you're a hitter and you do that.
Jose Ramirez has been intentionally walked, so that's 4 times the Tigers have walked him here tonight.
How about that? I wondered what he was doing. He was taking off that glove. I says, what, did you get the wrong set of gloves, batting gloves he had out there? He was just taking them off to give them to the bad boy. Here's Edwin with the 2-run home run in his second at bat to make it a 3-0 ball game. 2-run homer. That was his 17th. And he was quick on the inside to the fastball there.
Encarnacion trying to remove all doubt here in the 7th. With the bases loaded and 1 out. And he takes a breaking ball for a strike. Not quite a shift on for Detroit as you take a look at the runners. Goodrum, the second baseman, shading Edwin up the middle, not quite directly behind the bag. He still stays on the right side by about a stride or two. The outfield, they'll plan him to pull it.
Well, they're taking their chance. If they can get a ball hit on the ground, they feel it's the same boat as we felt with Victor Martinez. Eddie doesn't run that well going down the line, so you can get that double play ball. I think he is a little bit faster than Victor.
Oh, it won't matter. Base hit left field. That'll plate Naquin. Lindor rounding third aggressively, holds there.
Yeah, absolutely nothing Lindor could do there except hold up. He was there, had it on one hop.
3 RBIs for Encarnacion tonight, gives him 47 on the year.
He gets the breaking ball though, Matt, and he just pulls it into left field. Did a nice job of keeping his hands back. Drills it into left field. Naquin scores easily. Frankie had his head down, but Mike Sarbaugh had to hold him up. So the line continues. It's now a 5-0 ball game.
Yonder Alonso 1 for 3.
2 hits, 2 walks, a wild pitch.
Alonso 9 for 36 against Tiger pitching this year. And that's outside 2-0. And what did we say earlier? The Indians' dominance against Detroit here at home. They won the last 7, and the Indians have averaged almost 6 runs a game, and here they are. They've got 5 in the book, or 5 on the board, and looking for number 6 now, and maybe a whole bunch more. Base hit by Encarnacion gives the Indians a .333 team batting average in bases loaded situations this year. That's second best in all of baseball. Crushed deep center. Good night. Yonder Alonso with another grand slam. Remember, we just talked about it earlier during our rain delay. A grand slam right out of the chute with the Indians this year in Seattle. This one here tonight all but brings to an end this ball game. Indians up 9-0 now with 1 out here in the 7th, and the Tigers are going back to the bullpen.
Yeah, he got every bit of this one. And Alonso now with his 12th home run, he's into the 40 RBI category now with 43. The walks pay dividends, and
you want to keep walking Jose. Well, if Eddie and Yonder start heating up, look out.
Well, that's the thing right there. That's exactly what Central Division teams are going to do. When those guys start hitting, Jose will get some more pitches.
Time out in Cleveland. Indians on top 9-0. And yonder Alonso launching one deep into the night. And the Indians with 5 home here in the 7th have taken a 9-0 lead, and Warwick Soppold now on to pitch for Detroit. Lonnie Chisenhall takes ball 1. '28th appearance on the year for Soppold. Lonnie 0 for 3. Flight out to deep right field in the 6th. Missed inside.
Another 5-run inning for the Indians. They have done that frequently this year. That is the 12th time that they have done that, which is the most in the majors.
Line to left. Caught. 2 down. World Cup action continues tomorrow on Fox. Belgium, Tunisia at 7 Eastern. That's in the morning. Then it's a pair of games in the group of death as Korea takes on Mexico and Germany faces Sweden tomorrow on Fox, or you can stream it live on the Fox Sports app. The group of death, that doesn't get much better than that, does it?
No, it doesn't. It's a tough group, man.
That refers to a grouping in which you've got more teams that should advance and can, be legitimate championship teams than can actually get through the group. So somebody has to go. Somebody's invitation will not get punched. The 0-1. Way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Yan Gomes. Tigers have held him in check so far tonight, but he's had a heck of a June. Came in batting .319 this month, 7 doubles, 3 homers, 11 runs batted in. That'll end the inning. But the Indians blow it wide open on a Yonder Alonso grand slam. 9-0. Telecast is presented by authority of the Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians. Well, we go to the 8th inning, and the Indians go to the bullpen for the first time tonight. Zach McAllister will come on for the Indians. Tigers have the 8th, 9th, and leadoff man due up. What a night for Shane Bieber.
No kidding.
The rookie went 7 innings, 4 hits, shutout baseball, walked 1, struck out 9, 97 pitches. Eric Gonzalez takes over at short. Brandon Geyer is now in left. Brantley and Lindor will sit the rest of this one out. Jose Iglesias to lead it off. Tom Boschanic pointed out an interesting note with Bieber tonight, Arch. He faced 25 batters. Out of those 25 batters that he faced, only 10 times did he throw a first pitch strike, and yet only twice did he ever go 2-0 on a hit.
Wow.
So you figure 15 times he was 1-0. The next pitch was a strike. And that's seemed to make like maybe a little thing, but that's a huge thing in those one-on-one matchups.
It is when you have to get to that third pitch where you want to get a 1-2, 0-2 count.
Eric Gonzalez just into the game, takes care of Jose Iglesias, 1 away. And here is our Pat O'Brien Chevrolet plays of the game. A look at what Bieber did well tonight, and it was everything. Fastball, breaking ball, changeup.
Yes.
Defense.
And the ground ball. You get a pair of them twice with Martinez hitting. Yeah, he went back there in his last inning and struck out the first 2 and got a lazy fly ball.
Line drive single to right. Chisenhall went to a knee to try to stop it, and ended up being a double for Jacoby Jones. That ball was hit hard. And Lonnie did everything he could to try and keep it from going to the wall.
First extra base hit of the night for the Tigers, and only their 5th hit.
You know, you've always said that when you've got a minor league player, a guy you haven't seen at this level yet, you always say, okay, I'll listen to what people have to say about him. He's this, he can do this, he can do that. He goes, I want to see what he does here. I want to see with my own eyes.
Right.
I have to believe Shane Bieber's one of the few guys we've seen come along where everything they said about him was pretty much right on the money.
Well, he throws a lot of strikes, and you know, that's a good thing. They haven't faced him yet, and it's been 3 starts, and I like what I see from these 3 starts. But we're going to get. I'm looking forward to seeing him pitch every 5 days now. I'd like to see that. This is his 2nd start at home. The first one came in Minnesota. But so far, so good.
And he's out looking. 2 down here in the inning. And like a lot of young pitchers and young players for that matter, there will be ups and downs and learning
That's
moments.
my point. You know, he pitches a good game. That's great. I'm happy for him. Good. You know, there's going to be times he's going to get roughed up, and you know, people will say, he's no good. I knew that. I just want to ease him into it. You know what? Great job. You know, build from this start moving forward. You know, every start you're going to try and learn something and hopefully pick something up and move on to the next start. And it's going to be against the next team.
And he's got a pretty good group to just sort of absorb from.
Exactly. He's got a great pool of talent to learn from. And that's why I was hoping he got to that 10th strikeout and only his 3rd start. because Andre gave us that, that little nugget about, 3 straight starts with 6 or more strikeouts. Okay, that's fine. That's a nice number, but who cares? You want to get the wins. You want to just keep on moving. I just want to see him hang around games. If you can pitch 7 innings, you're going to fit right into this crowd, because that's another 7-inning start by an Indians pitcher, which they lead the league doing that. 7 or more innings. That's 4 in a row, but it's 35 starts on the year. Yeah. 35, and we're in game number 74. It's almost 50% going 7 innings, those horses. Love it.
Is that rain falling again? Yes, it is.
I don't see anything. Let's go. Hurry up.
Oh, he just got a piece of it. McAllister whips it to first, and the inning is over. Middle of the 8th. 9-0 Cleveland. Live, presented by Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care. Alan Jensen will break it down, highlights, analysis, maybe even sneak a peek at some fireworks. Stick around. Coming up right after the ball game. Jason Kipnis, Tyler Naquin, Francisco Lindor for Cleveland here in the 8th. Warwick Saupold, who got the last 2 outs of the 7th, staying on for the 8th, and the pitch is outside. The 2-1 pitch is fouled right back. How about the Kansas City Royals lead the Astros in Houston 1-0, bottom of the 9th, trying to hold on. Texas wiped out Minnesota 8-1. That game was at Target Field. Jason Kipnis strokes one to left and try to cut it off as Jones in. That's about all he could do. Kipnis into second base with a leadoff double.
Just slapped it the other way. Thing of beauty right here. Boom, that's off the line. We can get that all day long. So a double for Kip. That'll be his 15th double of the year. Second double of the night for the Indians. They have 3 home runs, so 5 of their 8 hits have gone for extra bases.
Tyler Naquin takes a strike. Boston hung on and beat Seattle 14-10 at Fenway tonight. How about the Baltimore Orioles? They're giving the first place Atlanta Braves all they want, 7-7. That game's in the 10th inning now in Atlanta. Wow. Murph said it was 3-1 going to the ninth. Orioles scored 6 to get the 7 runs, and then the Braves scored 4.
My goodness, is that right? In the 9th inning.
Wow.
Just 10 runs scored in the 9th. That's a rarity.
Smothered by McCann. And of those 10 runs in the 9th, no homers.
I know Britton had to pitch.
Zach Britton gave up 4 earned runs in a third of an inning. Yowza.
Well, that Atlanta team, they can score.
Naquin takes it down low. Phillies just waxed Washington tonight, 12-2 in DC. So Philadelphia will move ahead of Washington in the NL East, and if they get some help from Baltimore, they could they'll only be 2.5 out of first. The 2-2 pitch, chopped off the plate toward first base. Hicks, underhand shovels it to first.
I don't know. I think he beat that ball.
The call is out. Naquin hustling down the line.
I think he beat it, to be honest with you. Well, maybe not. He's going to run off. It looked like from the, let me see, does he get it into the glove? Yes, he does. That foot's on the bag. You see him searching for it? But they got him.
So, with 1 out, Jason Kipnis is at third base. Eric Gonzalez, who took over for Lindor, gets his first at bat of the night, and he's not bashful. He gets after it. Ooh, and he got hit. And where did he get hit, though?
I don't know. He took the helmet off. I don't know if it jumped up off the hand and got him in the mouth or not.
I think it hit him on the arm, then the jaw, maybe.
Let's see. That's what I'm thinking. Boom. I didn't see it on the jaw, to be honest with you, there from that angle. Might have been scary more than anything else. That is scary, man. He didn't even react to that as far as the head goes. He did not move. Thank goodness he's going to be okay. That didn't get him. That was right under the chin.
Sandy with a moment of levity. after Gonzalez saw his life flash before his eyes. First and third, one out, and Brandon Geyer, the batter. Swinging a foul back. Fouls it off. Geyer's in the hole, 1-2. Jason Kipnis, who doubled to start the inning, is at third. Indians are up 9-0. Trying to get the double figures in back-to-back games. Ground ball. Oh, it goes right through the wickets on Goodrum. Everybody's safe. Kipnis scores, and it's 10-0.
Now that had some spin on it, and it's going to be interesting. It hit the pitcher's glove, and it knocked something off, but you thought Goodrum would be able to get it and maybe get one at second base here. The umpire hurdles it. Watch the spin. You see it jumped up and caught him on the hand, but that, I would think, will be an error on second base. Nico Goodrum.
Oh,
yeah, it had spin. I understand, but you can give Geyer an RBI and then the error.
And Jose Ramirez has walked all 4 times tonight. Once intentionally. The other 3 might have been the old unintentional intentional.
Well, you can see what Gardenhire wants to do here. You do not let this guy, don't throw him in the strike zone, or you make your pitch or whatever. That's the way it has been tonight. He has proven over the last 2 years that he can he's hit the Tigers as well as anybody, as well as any team in baseball. And even though it's a 10-0 game, they're still continuing to throw him out of the zone. Well, and he fouled one off there.
This is the 8th time this year that the Indians have scored 10 or more runs in a game. And it marks the 2nd time this season where they've done it in back-to-back games. Back in early May, they actually did it in 3 straight. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
Some change up there. Yeah, they had their 12th 5-run inning of the season. Back in the 7th inning with another grand slam, and they continue to do damage with bases loaded on the year.
And Ramirez is called out on strikes. 2 down. Recapping our storylines tonight, brought to you by Ford. Mike Fiers in his career against the Indians was really good, 3-1 with a 2.04 ERA. They got a couple of home run balls off of him early, and the way Bieber was pitching, that was more than enough. And Jose Ramirez, they just detailed, they really didn't want much to do with him. Edwin's starting to get hot. Line to center in the 1st, 2-run homer to the porch in the 4th. fly to right in the 5th, ripped an RBI single, and scored in the 7th. That time Edwin asked for the appeal, and the first base umpire said he went 0-2. A bit outside. Two and two. Just a reminder, we're back here tomorrow an hour earlier than normal. It's a 6 p.m. Saturday evening start. Indians Live will start at 5:30. Trevor Bauer against Francisco Liriano. Kerwin Danley rings him up. Edwin says the ball's outside. It hasn't really mattered to Kerwin Danley tonight. Cancer research at Cleveland Clinic. Bike to Cure this July 20th, 21st, and 22nd. Register at Velasano.org to join in the fun with fellow riders and Team Fox Sports for this year's event. George Contos coming on to pitch for the Indians here in the 9th. Contos began the year with the Pirates. Just recently signed with the Indians a couple of weeks ago. Went to AAA Columbus. He had 6 scoreless outings there. Made his Indians debut a couple of days ago against the White Sox with a scoreless inning.
We get a pinch hitter, Victor Reyes, coming on for Castellanos.
Swings and fouls it over the first base side. Ground ball to second base, and Jason Kipnis will throw him out, 1 down. Too bad it was so rainy and cloudy here at game time tonight. Yesterday was the summer solstice. We would have been able to play almost all this game in sunlight.
Yeah, you're right. could have. Unfortunately, you know, it was a nice crowd tonight. What do we have, 30,000?
30,926.
You know, and then fireworks to follow this one, but looks like some of them have already departed.
Yeah, hour 41-minute rain delay.
They never help.
Before we got underway. Dixon Machado getting his first at bat of the night. Swing and a miss. Off the glove of Gomes. Edwin Encarnacion with a 2-run homer in the fourth. Helped the Indians build a big lead early. The 1-2. Popped him up. Kipnis. 2 down. Now, I mentioned it earlier, this recent win streak for the Indians, about to go to 5 in a row, coincided with Shane Bieber's start on Monday, or was it Sunday, against the Twins. And in the 5 games, the Indians starting rotation, Bieber started twice, then you get Bauer, Clevenger, Kluber. Those guys have combined for 34 1/3 innings, 41 strikeouts, and 2 runs allowed in those 5 games.
Unbelievable. That's a nice roll. Very nice.
Ronnie Rodriguez. There are slumps, and then there are whatever he's mired in. 0 for his last 21. And when you don't play every day, that must feel like forever ago. And a ground ball in the hole. Cut off. And the Tigers go 1-2-3. The Indians crush them 10-0. Indians run their win streak to 5 in a row. They're now 41-33 on the year. And they've opened up a 6-game lead in the division. Shane Bieber the win. He's 2-0. The loss to Mike Fiers. He's 5-4. Tigers have now dropped 3 in a row as they go to 36-40 on the year. 10-0 the final. Some final words right after this.